Hi friends, it's Jen. It's been a really long time since I've done a video. I'm honestly not even sure where to start with this one. Oh my god, I had all these things I wanted to say and then the second I turn on the camera I'm like, oh god, what are words? How do you talk? So, I have been in the worst rut reading wise lately. I have started so many books that I haven't finished or gotten very far in at all or anything like that. I think according to Goodreads I'm in the middle of 8 books at the moment, and that doesn't include one of the books that I have not recorded. Also, what is going on with my cheek right there? I'm having a breakout. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, so I've been having the worst reading slump right now, and then the other day I was just browsing YouTube, watching some booktube videos, when I came across this reading challenge called the Reading Rush, which was formerly Booktubeathon, and it piqued my interest because it had challenges. Now me, as a gamer, I love when things have challenges. So I looked up the challenges, and at first I felt like, oh god, there's no way I can do any of these. But then as I started to look over the stack of books that I'm currently in the middle of, and by the middle of, I mean I've probably gotten 40 pages into most of them, a lot of them fit for a lot of the challenges, and I just decided, hey, I've never done a reading vlog, and I've never done a reading challenge or any of these things, so let's do it. So here I am. It is currently 3 minutes after midnight on July 22nd. It's the first day of Reading Rush. It starts at midnight and goes till midnight of Monday next week. So I've got 7 days to try and read as many books for the challenge as I can. Now, I didn't do an official TBR video because I wasn't even sure I was going to be participating until today. And so I kind of went around and grabbed a bunch of books that I was currently reading or some that I had been meaning to read and stuff that I thought would fit the challenge. So I just thought I'd kind of tell you all real quick right now what some of my thoughts are for the books. Now, I have a very ambitious TBR. I do have a full 7 books in front of me, but I don't think I'll get through all of them. So, especially because some of them are quite big. So I'm gonna try and just do my best. I have a few that I'm prioritizing over others, but other than that, we will see. So I'll just quickly kind of go over what the challenges are and then go over what my books I was thinking of for them were. The 7 different challenges are, the first one is to find a book with purple on the cover, or read a book with purple on the cover, sorry. Number 2 is to read a book in the same spot the entire time. Now, it doesn't have to be in one sitting, but it's when you return to it, you have to be in that same spot, so that's fine. Number 3 is a book you meant to read last year. Number 4 is an author's debut novel. Number 5 is a book with a non-human main character. Number 6 is a book with 5 or more words in the title. And number 7 is to read a book and then watch a book-to-movie adaptation. So I have a few books that I was kind of thinking for some of the challenges, so I'll kind of tell y'all about them. My first book I was kind of thinking of because for reading challenge things, I don't even know, what do you call this thing? I don't know. But anyway, for these reading challenge things, also I'm so sorry about the camera angles. I'm trying to awkwardly hold my camera. I'm gonna have to figure out a better way to do this because my camera's kind of heavy and it doesn't hold well to the holding style. This is my first vlog on this channel and I'm still learning, so I'm sorry. But the first book I was thinking of, which is Alice's Adventure in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. Also, for the longest time, I thought it was Lewis Carroll, Lewss. I didn't realize it was Lewis, but whatever. This one also has Through the Looking Glass, but I think the actual Alice Adventure in Wonderland has 120 something pages. And the cover is purple, so it works for a purple cover. It works for potentially reading in one spot, which I was thinking could be nice and easy because I can finish this in one sitting, an hour or so. Also, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland was Lewis Carroll's debut novel, which also works. So I think that could potentially cover 3 of them. And if I were to read this, I could then go and watch Alice in Wonderland, the Disney movie, and that covers 4 challenges right there alone. So I thought that could potentially work for a lot of them. So that's pretty good. Another one that I was really thinking of is one that I kind of started the other day, and that's Girls of Paper and Fire. I'm like 45 or something. Let me see. Hang on. 45 pages into it, so I don't think I'm very far. And the cover is purple. I think it's the author's debut novel, but I could be wrong, so I would have to look that up. I actually haven't looked too much into the author. It's a book I meant to read last year, and the title has 5 words in it. It's actually, I think, the only book on my TBR that has, oh no, there's one more that is in kind of my maybe pile that has 5 words. It's a little shorter. My only worry is that this is a little long. I mean, it's not too bad. How many pages is it? Let me see. 379, so not terrible, but still like a little longer. I've been watching a lot of people's TBR videos and they're all like, oh yeah, you don't want to pick something too long for these. And I'm like, all of my books are at least 300 pages. So that's when I picked up Alice in Wonderland. So we'll see. Another one that I started yesterday is Middle Game by Seanan McGuire. Now, I didn't mean to start it just before the reading rush started. I had just had it on hold at the library for a while and it finally became available. Sorry, it's so shiny. That glare is terrible. But anyway, it finally became available. But I was thinking that this one could potentially work for the non-human main character, because the main characters aren't quite human and not quite gods. I'm about 100 and something pages into it, just over 100, maybe around 100. So I'm not far considering it's a 500-page book, but it's a 500-page book during a reading sprint. So I think that might be okay for maybe, like, if I've already started it, maybe it's fine. I think that's the only challenge it actually does work for. So those were kind of the 3 that I want to get through the most. I'm also in the middle of an audiobook, Big Little Lies by Leanne Moriarty. It doesn't really fit for any of the challenges except if I were to finish listening to the audiobook and then maybe watch the TV show, that could potentially be, I know it's not a movie adaptation, but like a TV adaptation, maybe it counts. I don't know. I also have been listening to it only in my car, so that could be in the same spot, but I don't think I have 9 hours worth of driving in the next week, and I have 9 hours left of audiobooks, so I would have to listen at my computer while I'm doing other things in order to work it, but I don't know. That one's a maybe. I'm listening to it anyway. Another one I've been thinking about reading is Soul of the Sword by Julie Kagawa. I read the first novel in this series, Shadow of the Fox, last year, and I loved it, and I just haven't had a chance to pick up number 2 yet, which I've been really looking forward to. But the main character is half kitsune, which is a Japanese like fox god spirit thing. Fixed for that one, so that would be neat. I didn't mean to read it last year, but I wanted to read it last year. I don't think that counts. A book I did mean to read last year, though, is Aru Shah. I'm gonna have to look up the proper spelling. And The End of Time. Now that is well over 5 words. I did mean to read it last year, and there's some purple on the cover down there, so that could potentially work. And it's not too long. It is a middle grade, so it should be a little bit of an easier read as well. How many? Oh, 351, so I mean, not the worst. And then I had a couple other books that I was thinking about reading last year. Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab. I started A Darker Shade of Magic, never got around to the second one. And another one was The Last Wish, the first short story collection, the Witcher novel. I actually almost finished the book. I am there, like, the little bit is what I have left, and somehow I never finished it, so I would probably have to start that over. I was reading it in 2017, and then I meant to pick it back up last year, and then just never got around to it, but we will see. So I've been talking for a very long time. This is going to end up being a very long video. I'm still not sure how I'm going to record it, but I guess we'll see as we go. It's currently just about 10 after 12, so I'm going to go and get to reading, and I will check in with you all soon. Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to check in for an update. It's currently about 11:45 in the morning on July 22nd, so still the first day of reading rush, so I am good. I did a little bit of reading last night, not quite as much as I hoped. As soon as I clicked the stop recording button, I ended up seeing a tweet that my good friend was live doing a charity event, so I had to go in and support him for a little bit. So I didn't read quite as much as I wanted, and I maybe stayed up a little bit too late. So I was at page like 107 or something of middle game where I left off, and now I am at page 224, so I'm about like that far into the book. So I think that this book will probably be like an entire challenge worth of book. I think this will be the one that I keep like coming back to. I do have to take off for work in about like 15 minutes. I'm gonna bring this book with me because I do have some downtime. Today's kind of a weird day for work for me. I work from 1 till 4:30, then I have a lunch till 5. And then I'm driving to a summit that starts at 6. So I have my lunch to eat. I mean to read. Who eats on their lunch? I guess I'll eat a little bit. But I have my lunch to read. And then I have, the drive's only like 15 minutes. So then I have like the extra 45 minutes to kind of hang out and read a little bit. So that should be fun. And then I'll maybe do a bit of reading when I get home. But I was thinking about starting and maybe finishing Alice's Adventures in Wonderland tonight. Is it Alice's Adventures in Wonderland or Alice in Wonderland? I can't remember. Anyway, that's not the important issue right now. For now, I'm going to be late for work, so I'm going to go take off, and I will check in with you all when I get home. Goodbye! Hi again, everybody! Oh god, it's super, super dark. Well, I can't make it any brighter, I guess. I guess this is just how the light's going to be. It's late. But hi everybody. I'm home from work now. It's about 10:30 at night on the 22nd, so still the first day of the reading rush. I didn't get a ton of reading done today. Work ended up being absolutely crazy, and I was supposed to have some downtime between going to a meeting, but that ended up not happening. And now I'm going to a meeting tomorrow morning instead. Also, Rory is here. Hi. But I did get a little bit done. I'm now at page, I think, 259 of Middle Game by Seanan McGuire. So I'm just about halfway. I think according to Goodreads, I'm at 49% of it. So that's pretty good. I'm actually pretty happy about that. I did not think I would get through it that fast. I have about an hour and a half-ish until I need to try and get to bed because I have to wake up really early tomorrow. So I was thinking that I would kind of go downstairs and do a little bit of reading. I would like to try to read Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I have this one right here. So with this one, if I don't end up reading anything else, it has the purple cover. It's Lewis Carroll's first book. I could potentially read it on my couch in the same spot the whole time. And it's only like 126 pages. So I could potentially maybe even finishing it in the one sitting tonight, but we'll kind of see how that goes, how focused I am. And then I could potentially watch the movie, and that knocks out 4 of the challenges just in case I'm not able to read too much more. This week is kind of simultaneously like one of the best and the worst weeks to do this. I'm working so much, and my friend Queen, if you've ever watched my Twitch streams, you probably know who she is. She's coming to visit on Saturday. So we'll probably be busy hanging out and stuff, so I don't know how much reading I'm going to get done Saturday, Sunday. But I'll have to kind of see. But it's nice this week to do a lot of reading because Swift is actually out of town, so it's just me and the dog, so I don't really have a lot to do in the evenings, especially since I've now switched my stream times to the mornings, so I just have my evenings free. So I'm gonna go and stop wasting all my reading time talking so much, and I'm gonna try and read this. I will come back once I've read a bit and update you guys then. So I'll see you all then. Good morning! It's currently 8:50 in the morning on the 23rd, the second day of Reading Rush. So I'm not really sure like what I'm supposed to do for like reading vlogs because this is my first one. I've watched a lot of people who do it very differently. Some people I see just come in and check in when they are done reading. Some people kind of show their whole day including the reading. I'm not really sure it's the best way. I don't want it to be like too long of a vlog, so I don't know. I don't want to show like my whole day, plus like most of my day I'm not even at home. Also, hi Rory. Hi. She looks so cute back there. So I didn't do a ton of reading last night. I ended up being so tired, and so I started reading Alice in Wonderland. Then the dogs wanted to go for a walk, so I had to take them. And then by the time we were done with that, it was like time to head up to bed. And unfortunately I didn't end up falling asleep in a timely manner, but I didn't read, I was just watching TV. So unfortunately I'm not very far. I am currently, Alice in Wonderland's right here. I'm currently on page 81 of like 126, so I have like 46 pages to go. I'm sure I can finish it tonight. I also have a bit of a break between like my work meeting and my actual work tonight, so I maybe can come back and have a bit of time to read. I don't think I'll finish it, but maybe a bit of time. But my goal is to finish that today. I don't think I'll finish Middle Game. I was hoping to finish that yesterday and then finish Middle Game today, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But we'll see. But anyway, I am going to head off. I have to head out to a meeting, and then I will check in with you all when I get back. Hi everybody, I am back from my first thing of work. I have to leave in about like 2 hours for work, just a little less than 2 hours. The weird kind of thing about this kind of vlog style is like, I'll be vlogging all week long, and I have a terrible memory. So like, I said something yesterday, and I don't remember what I said. And now I feel like I'm gonna be repeating myself, but like for you, it's only like 5 minutes ago, if that. I don't know, I talk a lot. So it's definitely odd. But the reason that I was kind of thinking about this is right now I'm super tired because I had an awful sleep last night. I don't remember if I said that this morning or not. So I'm kind of conflicted right now because I don't have to leave for 2 more hours, but I kind of want a nap. But I know that like if I have a nap, I might not get up and I should read. Like I've been in kind of like a super rough reading slump as of lately, and I just haven't been in the mood to read, or I don't know if I just haven't been picking up anything that's like interested me or what. Right now, this week, I've been a lot more motivated to read, and I know it's because of the reading rush. It's like, I want to do these challenges, and I want to try and read as much as I can. So it's not even so much that, like, I know I'm super interested in reading again, so it's still kind of tricky. So I'm kind of battling both feelings, in the feeling that, like, I do want to read as much, and I want to try and do as much as I can for reading rush, but I'm also feeling like I don't really want to read, and I also just want a nap. So we'll see. We'll see what I do. I mean, ideally, if I read now, I could probably finish Alice in Wonderland. It's only like 40 pages. I can finish that in 2 hours. I think I can finish that in 2 hours. You know what? I'll finish Alice in Wonderland, and then I'll decide if I take a nap. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Well, I'll see you all in just like a second. But for me, it'll be a few hours. Hi friends! So it's just after 1 a.m. now on the 24th, so officially the 3rd day of Reading Rush. And I realized I've made a grave error, a couple grave errors. The first one was that, oh god, first of all, why is my forehead so shiny? I'm just about to go and take a shower, so, but yeah, the first one was that I have been recording this vlog style on my camera, only to realize that this camera records audio completely garbagely. Usually when I record book videos, I will use my actual mic and have that capture the audio and then kind of splice it over, which is fine. It's just like a tedious process. And I haven't been doing that for this video, so I apologize in advance that the audio is going to be shit. For part 2, I completely forgot that formerly Booktubeathon, Reading Rush Now, has daily challenges. And it's now the end of day 2, so I've missed out on 2 days worth of challenges. I tried to get signed up onto the website on the first day, but I kept getting errors, and it says, like,
there was a 504 error creating my account, but then it said that my email and that account name I chose were in use, but like I wouldn't have created an account not on my own email. So it's like, and then now I have no more tries to log in. It's like 0 tries. So I'm like, what do I do? So I haven't been able to go on, and like I don't know how to find out where the challenges are. So maybe like the only reason I even found out is because I spent tonight I got home from work and I was just exhausted. Like I didn't feel like doing anything. I didn't even feel like reading. So I've just been watching all the other booktubers vlogs, and they all apparently did dailies, but I don't think I could have done daily because I work way too much and I just haven't been home at all. So like it would literally just be like, okay, hi, bye, and it'd be like 5 minutes of me talking at the camera like this. So weekly one fits a bit better. But I was watching their videos and they were all doing the challenges and I was like, oh, oops. But maybe it's fine, or maybe like tomorrow I will do some. Tomorrow's not as busy of a day for me. I'm waking up and starting my stream around 11, so I do have to get to bed right away. I gotta get to sleep within the next 50 minutes, hopefully. That's the goal. I'm aiming to start my stream at 11, stream till about like 3, 4-ish, and then around 6 I volunteer until like 8 or 9 depending on when I finish when I get home, and then I have the rest of the evening free, which hasn't been as bad. I do have a stream on Thursday and work on Thursday night, so that's going to take up quite a bit of time. And then Friday I work like literally all day. Well, not all day, but like I work from 1 to 9:15, so that's like 8 hours worth of work. And I don't get to read too much there. Saturday, thankfully, I don't have any work, but Queen does come into town, so I don't know what we're going to be doing. I don't know what time she's getting here. I think she gets here around like noon, but then it's like a 2-hour drive from the airport. So I don't know what we'll be doing that day, but maybe I'll be able to schedule in a bit of reading time. I guess I should probably update you on my actual reading. Yeah, that's a good thing to do, Jen. I did finish Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. It was taking me a little longer than normal to read. I don't know, I've been having the hardest time focusing on reading. Like I'm enjoying the stories, but I find I just keep like picking up my phone and suddenly I'm playing Sudoku or browsing Twitter or watching YouTube videos and like not reading. But I did finish it. I also read a little bit more of Middle Game. I think I've read maybe like 20 or 30 more pages. I'm about halfway still done. So I'm enjoying that one a lot. Middle Game is so good. I didn't know what to expect going into it at all, but I'm loving it. I was actually kind of disappointed by Alice in Wonderland. I don't know. I had never read the book. I've watched the movie before when I was a kid and I remember really liking that, but I was also a kid. So I wonder, like, had I read this as a kid, would it be different? Like, this book is not geared towards me. It's geared towards children. So I can understand not necessarily being as in love with it, but as such a highly rated book, I was a bit disappointed. I just felt like I'd be looking and I'm like, there's only 10 pages left. Like, it still makes no sense. It's just a random series of events. Like, it's almost like Lewis Carroll wrote a bunch of like short stories of Alice's adventures in Wonderland and then made them into a book, and it's like, okay, how do I make them connect? Okay, Alice just walks over there. And like for no rhyme or reason. Like I know, okay, spoiler alert. I know that it ends up all just being a dream in the end, and I guess like dreams don't necessarily make sense in the same way that, sorry, I just keep looking over at the time because I'm just wasting so much time talking. I guess dreams don't necessarily have to make sense in the same way that everything else does, but I don't know, I didn't love it. I gave it like a 3 out of 5 stars, but honestly, like, I feel like it's like a 2.5 in my mind, but I just feel so bad rating Alice in Wonderland like a 2.5 when it's such a beloved book, and it's also not like, it's not meant for me. Like, to a kid, this could be a 4 or 5 star book, you know? But, like, to me, I don't know. I've also kind of thought that maybe I could watch the movie adaptation, but I also don't know. I was looking at my shelf, and I also have The Perks of Being a Wallflower, which I've never read before. And I could watch that movie adaptation. I remember really loving that. I also have Clockwork Orange on my shelf, both of which are really quick reads. And I could watch the movie adaptations of that and then potentially finish a bit more books this week, because I think I will be able to finish Middle Game. I don't know if I'll be able to finish anything else, but we'll see how my weekend goes. Anyway, I've been talking for 6 minutes. I have no idea how I'm going to edit this all down into one cohesive video. Maybe I'll end up having to put out like 2 parts or something like that. But anyway, I'm very, very tired. Hopefully I get a better sleep than last night. I'm going to bed. I will update you next time I've read some stuff, and hopefully I will have read some stuff. But until then, I'll see you in like a second.
Hi! It's been a long time since I've updated you all. Well, for you it's been a second. For me, it's been a little bit of time. It's currently, God, what time is it? 10:15 at night on the 24th, so the third day of the reading rush. I did almost no reading today, which I expected. I did not expect to really have time to read. I streamed this morning, and I ended up streaming for about 5 hours-ish. I was a little late, so I started around 11:30, and I went till about 4:30. Then I had to rush out and get some groceries. I got home around 5-ish. Quarter after, and then I kind of had to like let the dogs out and whatnot and eat, and then I maybe was able to read for like 15 minutes, and then I had to head over to the shelter where I was until about 9, and then I just spent the last like hour and 15 minutes sitting around at my computer watching YouTube videos. So productive day. To be honest, last night and tonight I wasn't in the best mood, and I wasn't really in the biggest like reading mood either. I did read a tiny bit of Middle Game. I don't remember where I left off, but I'm probably not far from where I am. I'm on page 279 right now, so I'm still just about halfway done. I'm still really enjoying it. Like when I start reading it, it's hard to put down, but I've just not been in a reading mood. You know, it's not the book's fault, it's me. But I was browsing YouTube last night, and I watched Books and Lala's booktubeathon video, and she mentioned this one book called The 10,000 Doors of January or something like that, and the cover looked so beautiful, so I had to go to Goodreads and read the synopsis, and the synopsis sounded amazing. And I don't remember too much about it other than like it's set in the 1900s, and there's this book that can transport you through doors to other worlds, and I'm like, that's 1000% my thing. So unfortunately, it doesn't come out till September. So I was about to go right then and there and pre-order it. But I ended up seeing that the site that I use to get e-arcs through my work, where I do my like teen staff pick of the month thing, I was actually had it as available to request. So I'm like, well, what's the harm in requesting it? And I just got approved. Well, I maybe got approved earlier. I just checked my work email and I was approved. So I kind of want to start it. I know it's not like one of my pre-chosen books for the reading rush, but like the title has so many words in it, so it could work for my title that has more than 5 words. And I just really want to read it. The cover is beautiful, the story looks beautiful, and I'm gonna read it. I still have to read my 2. Oh, I didn't even tell you all. Okay, so also I started The Last Wish last night. I don't know how to pronounce the author's name. I'm so sorry. But basically the first... Hannah, why are you cleaning yourself? Oh, she's itching herself. She's just cleaning herself in my vlog. So I started The Last Wish, the first book in the Witcher novel series. It's a collection of short stories, but the stories like kind of linked together, and almost to me like the stories, like knowing that the Witcher books get turned into a video game, reading this one, like I can see it. Each short story almost feels like its own quest, like they still link together and everything like that, but it feels like, oh, Geralt was sent on this quest and this is what this one is, and so it impacts the other stories, but like this is his current quest, and like the main story kind of carries on through. There's like 7 chapters or something of one particular story that carries through, and then a few like side ones. So that's kind of how it feels to me, but I'm really enjoying it. So I divided the book up into small little sections. It's just over like 200 something pages. I can't remember exactly how many, but Rory's making the most pathetic face right now. Look at her. Do you want up? You can come up. It's okay, come on. But anyway, so I divided it up that, and based off of what I read last night, I think I read about like 3 chapters or so last night, or 3 like small little stories. I divided it up so that I can read 2 stories a night, and that way I will be done by Sunday night. So I will still have to read my 2 stories tonight, and I'll probably do that just before bed. But I don't have to be asleep till like 2-ish, so I have just under 4 hours to do some reading. I will at some point probably take the dogs for a walk, so I don't know like exactly how much reading I'll get doing. I guess it depends on how much I can focus. If I'm still feeling up to it, I might check in before the end of the night. If not, I'll check in with you all tomorrow, and I'll see you all then, or like in a few seconds for you. So, can anybody please explain to me how I'm supposed to get any reading done in this situation? Explain! Also, I took my hair down and it's just doing its own thing right now. Hi friends, look, we're back where we started in my streaming room. It's been a little bit of time since we chatted last. For you, it's probably only been a minute or two. Not even, a few seconds. For me, it's been a while. I went to go edit my footage from my Reading Rush vlog, and then I realized I never finished my Reading Rush vlog. Things got I can't even remember when the last time I uploaded. Thursday? Wednesday? I can't remember. Things got really busy for me. Sorry, these weird awkward angles. Things got really busy for me. Work was just absolutely insane. I was exhausted. I was getting home from work and I just wasn't even feeling like reading. I was just kind of going and like laying down. I was also feeling like really down near the end of the week. Like I was just like in a bad mood and just didn't really feel like doing much of anything. So between like streaming in the morning, work in the evening, and then whatnot, like I just wasn't in the mood to read, so I didn't really have anything to update you on. And then, as I mentioned earlier in the vlog, my friend Queen, if you've watched my Twitch streams, you might know her, came to visit. And so she got here Saturday. Because she was around, I didn't really vlog much or whatever, but I did actually read a fair bit after she got here. So I'll kind of update you on like my closing bit of Reading Rush. I have quite a bit to say, so I'll kind of chat about that, what I ended up reading, and how it went. So, to start, I know I told you I finished Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, so that was the one. It's a book with a purple cover, which I finished. It's Lewis Carroll's first novel, so I did that. As well, I finished it in one spot. So I sat on my couch the whole time and I read it. So I read it in one location. So that one was a good one. I mentioned at the beginning that I was listening to the audiobook of Big Little Lies and I wasn't very far into it. So I didn't think that I would get to finish it by the end of the week. Well, the other day, actually the day Queen got here, we went to Walmart just to get some groceries and I managed to find this book in their bargain bin. It was only like $6, which is kind of crazy because just earlier that day I looked at my local library to see if they had the book available and it was like a 24-week wait. But yeah, so I picked it up and actually finished the physical book of it. And then I tried watching a first episode of the show and it was... I don't often watch book to movie or book to TV adaptations because as they say, the book is often better. And that's kind of how I felt. The characters were very different than what I thought they were going to be, and I don't know, maybe it gets better as it goes, maybe it's better if you haven't read the book. But either way, I ended up really liking the book. I do have a lot of like qualms about it, but I ended up having like a really good time. So I finished that, and so that one was the, technically it was supposed to be read a book. I watched the movie adaptation, but I watched an episode of the TV show, so maybe that's fine. And the other book, the reason I didn't get much reading done is because I read this, Middle Game, by Seanan McGuire, and I loved it. So I finished it Sunday, probably around 7, 8 p.m.-ish, so I probably could have read more, but I was just feeling like relaxing a bit. But I ended up really liking it. But the problem is it's like a 500-something page novel, so that took up most of the week. I did also, as I mentioned in the book, start The Last Witch, which is the first book from the Witcher series. I had divided it up into small little sections of short stories, and I was like, oh, I'll totally have it done by Sunday if I read 2 chapters every night. And then like that night, I didn't read the 2 chapters. And then the next night, I read like 1 chapter. So I felt very behind. As of now, I've finished this book. As of the end of the Reading Rush, I did not. So, this was going to be my book I meant to read last year. I don't think I meant to read Alice in Wonderland last year, so I don't think I can count it for that. I definitely did not plan on reading Big Little Lies or Middle Game for last year. I also did not read a book with a title more than 5 words long, 5 or more words long. So I didn't do that, unfortunately. Technically, unfortunately, I failed the reading rush, but I'm actually going to count it as a win because, as I mentioned earlier in the vlog, at the beginning of the vlog, I was in the worst reading slump lately. I haven't been reading anything. I've only been really listening to audiobooks. And I'm proud to say I haven't listened to a single audiobook this week, which isn't a good thing, but it's also just because I haven't been going to work. But I have read so many books. I finished all the ones that I've just shown you there. I also finished, oh god, how many more? I think 3 more? 2 or 3 more books that weren't a part of that. So I'm pretty proud of myself. I think that I did a great job with that. But that'll come in like a different video and stuff. For now, I'm pretty happy about it. Now, the one thing that I'm not so happy about is kind of like my vlog, because I realized like I kind of put it off and I didn't finish it, and I could have put more footage in. All I did was really talk to you about books and I didn't really show you a lot, so it's just like a lot of me talking at you, which, I mean, if you've ever watched my stream, that's kind of all I do anyway. So I was considering just scrapping the footage, but I put so much time and work into it that I'm kind of half tempted to put it up anyway. I know it's not going to be what I want it to be, but I am a perfectionist, so maybe it might be good to put up something that's not great, because it will kind of show me that not everything can be perfect. But one thing that it did do is teach me that I actually have a lot of fun doing these reading vlogs. So I've actually come up with a few other reading vlogs. I've got at least 3 more in my mind, maybe 4, that I think could be a lot of fun to do. And it's helped me realize kind of stuff that I want to include in future ones. Like, I didn't really look too much into the reading rush. I'm not a very like researcher kind of person, which I should have done, because there was like video and photo challenges that would have been a ton of fun to do every day. But I did not. But I think it's really helped me and shown me like what I want to see in the future. Like, I know I'm still like super new to BookTube, and I watch like a lot of BookTube creators, and I want like my quality to be as good as theirs, but like I know that it's not, because I'm still newer to it and I'm still learning what to do. So I think that this was a good learning experience. I don't know like how the actual finished project will end up looking. I might end up liking it more than I thought, but in the end, I think I learned a lot from it, and I've learned what I want to do with my channel going forward a little bit more, and I'm really looking forward to putting out some more content. So hopefully, at the very least, that you enjoyed all of that. And I guess I don't really have much else to say. I'm sorry about the shaky camera angles again, and I'm sorry about the probably bad audio quality. I'll try and fix as much of it. I'll try and fix as much of it as I can in post-production, but I will try and do a little bit better for the future vlogs and see what I can do about that. But until then, if you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Tell me down in the comments below what you liked, what you didn't like, if you have some future ideas for other reading vlog type things, because I've had a lot of fun doing this, and I would love, love, love to do more. So I would love to hear some of your ideas. And until then, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye! Here, and this is Alice's Adventures Through in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass.